Thank you, Lay. Thank you, Lay, for the introduction. Um, Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Talion, and I am the Product Manager of Field Data for Dell ISG. On behalf of Dell, Eaton, and Field Data, we are very glad that you can join us today in this virtual event to talk about the latest PowerEdge AMD servers and Eaton's UPS. Now, living in this new normal, our customers continue to rely on Field Data and Dell to supply, support, and transform their IT needs. You are going to hear about some great new things from our speakers. But before that, please allow me to give you a brief introduction of who we are. Field Data is an IT infrastructure and solutions provider which has been serving almost every industry for over 38 years. Dell is the global leader in data center infrastructure, and we have the honor of being a Dell Titanium partner. Our IT services combined with Dell delivered proven IT solutions for our customers. We are exceptionally strong in IT infrastructure segment, and we carry all the big brands. Overall, we provided a broad range of solutions and services from on-premise, traditional servers and storage, hyper-converged, and hybrid cloud solutions that we can customize. Beyond storage and compute, we also offer data center solutions like racks, power, cooling, and cabling, described to be a one-stop shop for everything IT. Let Field Data make your transformation easier. Please do reach out to us if you have any specific in mind. So that's it. Sit back and relax. In the next few hours, you will hear from the rest of the Dell, Eaton, and Field Data team. Our first speaker will be Mr. Gary Rabata from Eaton, and next is Justin Salvador, who will discuss the Dell AMD PowerEdge servers.
Everyone, good morning, and thank you for sharing us your time to give you a lot of updates today, on of course, on the products and solutions of Eaton, and as well as the technologies around our infrastructure solutions of Dell Technologies. So again, my name is Justin Salvador. I'm from the Data Center and Compute Solutions Organization within Dell Technologies. Our primary role is to evangelize our servers and networking solutions. Okay. Entry to mid-range storage. That includes as well our backup solutions. And for the data center, of course, the peripherals, the enterprise peripherals that makes up the data center, such as our rack cabinets, UPS, PDUs, and such, right? And of course, one of our key solutions within the DCCS organization in Dell Technologies is, of course, to accelerate business and operations outcomes by using our infrastructure solutions. And as we evangelize server networking technologies, one of those enablers of accelerating operations in business is by leveraging hyperconverged infrastructure. And of course, in this event, we will share to you the advantages of having AMD as a platform for your infrastructure. No? So the agenda is very simple. It's basic. It's basically to help you understand that the role of IT is changing, and HCI is driving growth for accelerating the business today, and also to share with you the benefits and trends of hyperconverge, and also an overview of Dell Technologies portfolio for HCI. Okay, so digital transformation is happening, no, for a while already, and now we see it accelerating. Uh, there are new technologies, that continues to drive and force behind digital transformation. The lines between business and technology functions is in a blurring pace of innovation, right? So the expectation and role of IT is changing. No? The role of IT continues to move from a traditional role of keeping the lights on, such as maintaining and patching, provisioning and deploying, and keeping systems available for the business. And that role of IT is moving towards a more strategic and vital role within the business, driving value and outcomes. As we all know that a lot of companies nowadays have transformed themselves to becoming digital, relying on smarter products and services to drive and keep relevant in the market, right? And IT now is being asked by the business to increase operational efficiency. That's basically delivering resources on demand, identifying and executing high value projects, driving new business opportunities where IT leaders find ways to invest in new technologies, deploy new capabilities, leverage on capabilities such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, no, cloud computing, containers, and the overall leading the digital workplace strategy. It's a forefront on ensuring companies that can continue to function, most especially now in our virtual environments. So IT is rapidly embracing new technologies, right? That will overall reduce complexity to enable all of this uh, uh, investment in new solutions and technology. So to become more strategic, IT needs to reduce the complexity of the data center. No? That's what we want to do. We want to accelerate the business and operational efficiency, right? We do that by modernizing and embracing technologies that provides agility, scalability, overall simplicity. We see this happening in three ways. First is there's optimized IT operations. Now, optimized IT operations is all about automation of operations. It's necessary for data center equipment. It's necessary for capacity planning and also the growth of complexity. Automation is key. The ease and speed at which you provision, deliver, manage resources can make or break transformation projects, and impact the entire value chain. So the reductions in the frequency and duration of application and system outages minimizes the financial impact. There's also cloud. Okay, everyone sees value in the public cloud as a resource. Most organizations use more than one. Okay, and in fact, according to IDC, majority of organizations will see the value of both data center and public cloud. Okay, but in order to really drive more value of cloud, we need to know that islands of cloud, each managed separately, is inefficient and adds more complexity to IT. So what we want to do there is we want IT to embrace cloud not as a destination for their workloads, but more as a but more of a operating model. It should be an operating model across a hybrid environment. A hybrid environment will require common, virtualized, and containerized infrastructure, and with a common operating experience. Our organization should not be managing uh, islands of infrastructure independently or have siloed infrastructure, but all of them should share common infrastructure architectures and an operating model. So automating the provisioning, the delivery of resources, with the adoption of cloud-based IT infrastructure, increases the time to develop, or sorry, decreases the time. It speeds up the time to develop, deploy, upgrade existing systems. And finally, workloads. There's a lot of value with workloads. Modernizing core IT infrastructure in order to meet performance, scale of these critical systems that we have uh, is where we get the most value from. All of these transformational or digital workloads that we have requires new levels of performance. It requires new levels of scalability, and resiliency. This is where only modern infrastructure can provide. Okay. So HCI has been around for a while. It's well understood that HCI, or hyperconverged infrastructure, vastly improves infrastructure efficiency and it lowers cost. No? So it basically provides agility. No? Agility is having public cloud speed, no? Efficiency, and economics, but having those capabilities within your data center. No? Scalability, of course, is we start small, we can easily scale up or scale out while maintaining performance levels of our application. And of course, simplicity. It simplifies operations with software-driven automation and lifecycle management. But what is really fueling HCI adoption is uh, uh, these trends and continued innovation. So you might be seeing some of these trends. You might ask yourself that these are some of the things that I want to drive within my organizations, or these are things that I'm expecting to deploy within my environment. The new technologies, use cases, no, the the continuous innovation that HCI is embracing uh, is fueling the adoption of this infrastructure. No? Most of us might apply to the data center modernization. We might be leveraging HCI simply because we want the simplicity, we want the scalability of hyperconverge, and HCI will continue to be a catalyst for our data center modernization. Okay, but there are some organizations as well that are leveraging on HCI for different areas of growth, like edge computing, no? Creating a hybrid cloud environment, no? Accelerating hybrid cloud, and also cloud native adoption, no? Where HCI will help us enable our environment for cloud native and containerized environments. uh, across all four of these, we will see continued innovation. Whether it's new consumption models on-prem, like data center as a service, machine learning, for infrastructure self-diagnosis, or simply an adoption of the latest technology. So Dell Technologies is a market leader in driving these strategies. No? Dell Technologies is a product innovation, no, execution, and a market leader with regards to HCI systems. No, our portfolio has unmatched flexibility in our approach to HCI that can address any requirement in the entire market. It's basically built on a comprehensive approach and a breadth of products, services, financing that address the broadest range of use cases, to fit our customers. And also accelerating IT transformation. It goes from the simple data center modernization, but now HCI is serving the infrastructure foundation for hybrid cloud environments. No? So as Dell Technologies, we provide of course, the server networking solutions for the hyper-converged infrastructure, and as well the choice of software. So you might ask, in looking at HCI, you will ask yourself, what type of environment am I going to standardize on? Am I going to standardize on bare metal? Am I going to standardize on Microsoft? Am I going to standardize on VMware? No? Do you do you have a mixed environment, or do you have uh, uh, dedicated environment specifically to one software? This is because HCI is built on a technology that we call software-defined storage. No, it's built on that software-defined storage, and as well as PowerEdge server platforms, no, the Dell PowerEdge, and it aligns to the level of integration that our customers want. No, Of course, we lead with VMware. As you know, Dell Technologies is a close partner of VMware, where we have a lot of integrated solutions and engineered systems that that revolves around our VMware technology. Okay? So today we want to focus on our leading VMware-based hyperconverged solution. No, and a VMware-based hyperconverged solution is what we call vSAN. No? Our vSAN ready nodes for our customers uh, basically provides them with server flexibility and the ability to leverage existing operating models and lifecycle processes. The Dell EMC ready node portfolios is one of the broadest in the industry. We enable customers from multiple form factors of servers, okay, that has over 180 certified ready node configurations, okay, that simplifies lifecycle management with the identity modules, okay, and these vSAN ready nodes of Dell EMC are all pre-configured building blocks, okay, that reduces your deployment risks and provides you with certified configuration. As if you're a VMware environment, it puts us in a great position to help customers, you know, with end-to-end services as well on education, deployment, support services, you know, to build the entire solution of your VMware hyperconverged. vSAN Ready Nodes is built on a AMD platform. Okay, of course, in this session, we want to provide you with our AMD solutions, and in our AMD portfolio, it provides a wide range of use cases. No, of course, from building hyperconverged infrastructure. No, but our AMD portfolios provides uh, use cases and ready solutions as well for uh, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, virtual desktop infrastructure, you know, and a wide range of customer business applications. So we leverage these platforms, you know, to tailor fit, you know, our infrastructure for our customers. So to to give you a better understanding on what hyperconverge is. Hyperconverge is a technology talking about a VMware based HCI or hyperconverged infrastructure. We're talking about vSAN. Now, vSAN is a VMware software defined storage solution. It's built from the ground up from vSphere virtual machines. What it does is it abstracts and aggregates all of the local drives of the servers. No? And it creates a cluster to create a storage solution, no? That can provision and can be managed using vCenter or your VMware management tools. No? Uh, it integrates the entire VMware stack. No? The features like vMotion, high availability, uh, DRS, no? And it runs uh, basically on, of course, PowerEdge servers, including racks, towers, and blade systems. Okay, so it basically combines all of the servers in the environment and presents a pool of resource to the virtual machines, no, to the applications, where that pool of resource has the high availability and the resiliency, not to tolerate failures. So we all know the advantages of having everything centralized by software. Again, this is a software-driven technology. We have our PowerEdge servers that provide CPU, memory, and storage resources, and we allow VMware vSAN uh, to uh, to run, you know, the infrastructure and present resources to our application. So our customers are speaking, and according to IDC, Dell EMC is number one with almost 30% share in the HCI segment. It's a position that's been held for multiple consecutive quarters. No? Uh, where we are a continuous leader, no, in HCI systems. So why Dell EMC vSAN ready nodes? Why build your AMD based HCI on our vSAN ready nodes? Simply because form factor and configurations. No? We have over 180 certified vSAN ready node configurations available, spanning across all flash, rugged, hybrid rack, and kinetic infrastructure models. No? We are also providing uh, customers with unified software and firmware lifecycle management. And these are all integrated within vCenter. I'll touch on that later on. Now, third is identity modules. No? Dell EMC vSAN ready nodes, including no, the industry's first AMD powered vSAN ready nodes family. No, each model boasts an identity module that uniquely identifies the chassis as a vSAN ready node. So the chassis is aware that it's for a vSAN deployment, for an HCI deployment. So what it does, it streamlines configurations, updates, inventory management, and support. And currently, this is a capability that only Dell EMC has for their ready node offerings. Then of course services. We have over 1,800 VMware certified Dell support professionals that assures that our customers have a single support contact, for both hardware and software, no, that can handle escalations to VMware as well. So this is some of what our customers are saying, as they use our vSAN ready nodes, and it goes across how it simplifies their deployment. It simplifies their scale. It provides scalability, performance, and resiliency. No, they can build faster infrastructure. No, and basically, as I mentioned earlier, how HCI reduces the costs in operations, in operating the infrastructure, the data center. Okay. Now again, we have a bit of an understanding how HCI is created, and of course how it's a software driven approach. No? We do not have any reliance on hardware bound systems. Everything is software defined. That's something that a software defined data center should have. Okay, but of course, as a technology provider, and of course to simplify, again, accelerate business and operation efficiency. No, we provide technologies with a systems management solution. No, a systems management solution is very critical for a data center, no? For administrators and uh, for operations. No? How efficient you do your operations and in daily tasks will determine, of course, how much control and how much time you're spending in uh, key tasks. No? So Open Managed Enterprise is a systems management software, and it is the management console, for all PowerEdge platforms. Could be rack, could be a tower server, it could be a modular server. No, different form factors do not require different management consoles. So manageability is simplified with a consistent experience. Okay? And key management challenges. Now, everyone understands the risks and importance of updates. Now, however, only 1 in 2 IT decision makers update their BIOS and drivers in regular cycles. Now, 39% finding updates and determining which are applicable. No, 33% time spent in having difficulties to understand the order or the dependencies of updates. Of course, not all updates are to be executed randomly. there's a specific sequence, right? And 20% time spent, no, in getting notified of available updates, no? And uh, these updates should be automated and provided to us in a simplified manner. Okay. Now, we understand that we're managing two types of systems. We're going to manage a hardware stack. It's basically where uh, i- it's where the software defined storage runs on, the virtualization runs on. And we're going to manage the software stack. So the software stack is the software layer, the VMwares, the Microsofts, the Red Hats. No? And for VMware, we have plugins and enablers to integrate hardware operations, software operations, all together in one user interface. No? Now, a VMware environment, no, any customer data center running vSphere, no, vSphere with automation operations manager, Horizon for virtual desktops, vCloud suite. So they all use vCenter server, no, as its central administration or the single point of management, right? So OMIVV or Open Managed Integration for VMware vCenter is a plug-in to extend the capabilities of that VMware administration. It provides more features and functionalities from a partner like us, no? That adds hardware operations into this vCenter console. No? Uh, it allows a VMware admin to see both physical and virtual host information from the same place. No? And we can do that across in one plugin. We can span across 15 vCenter servers or up to 2,000 servers, no, and provide cluster aware updates. No? The goal here is to expedite server deployment, to view physical and virtual server health, no, and do a cluster aware updates within VMware vCenter. So uh, uh, it doesn't matter if you're on or off premise. No, we have one tool to manage both hardware and software. No, it's used to be that you manage your hardware, no, including firmware, BIOS, drivers, all in one tool. No? Then you manage software in a separate tool. With OMIVV, you just go into one thing, which is vCenter. Okay, and the Lifecycle Manager makes things goes faster and simpler. Now, today, admins use up to 9 different lifecycle management tools, no? Only for their environment. Now, this is operationally inefficient. No? In addition, admins still need to monitor the environment for drifts. What I mean by drifts is they have to monitor for any changes in the configurations, no? Configurations that are non-compliant with their policies in order to maintain compliance. So taking away that time, okay, that can be dedicated to higher level tasks, allows IT to drive more uh, uh, value within the organization. Okay? Well, now we understand that automation, no, unifying, simplifying operations is very important. But actually, one thing that another thing uh, that is a benefit of these automation is more secure and more resilient infrastructure. Uh, we call this as a cyber resilient architecture. It provides a security hardened server design, to protect organizations from attacks, detect attacks, and also recover from attacks. Now, protect is it's the protect phase. No? Infrastructure should provide protection against unauthorized access, uh, unauthorized configurations to critical components like firmware. No? So it extends through the product life cycle to disposition. Now, the tech is a capability to have a complete visibility into the configuration, health status, and change events within the server system. So once a security event is detected, the ability to send alerts for any and all events is very essential. No? These capabilities need to cover all server components. No? And lastly, recovery. Excuse me. So IT security incidents are inevitable. However, the magnitude of such incidents is diminished when the right recovery protocols are in place. No? Server infrastructure must support multiple forms of recovery to a known and uh, to respond to a variety of events. So these servers that we build our HCI solutions on, our modern infrastructures on, are designed to quickly and effectively recover from a variety of security events, BIOS events, operating system events, configuration events, and such. And of course, lastly, there's investment protection, knowing your solution is backed by both Dell Technologies and VMware. So from consulting that offers deep technical knowledge and planning expertise to deployment, we have a Pro Deploy Enterprise Suite that provides implementation services for both hardware and software uh, deployments. No, and of course, post implementation is support services, where Dell Technologies offers a single point of contact for issue resolution and escalation management. Okay? And of course, through Dell Technologies education services, we also provide a comprehensive uh, virtualization training and certifications. No? Of course, to help customers enable to effectively manage and be familiar with the infrastructure that they're deploying. So ProSupport Plus is of course, the post implementation where we support you on both hardware and software stack. Now, ProSupport Plus proactively improves the performance and stability of your critical systems. It has a automated support. It has analytics, no, and ProSupport Plus not only gets you back up and running quickly, but also helps you get ahead of problems before they even happen. Now, this is something that we call a proactive support. Now, you'll have the expertise of Dell EMC, okay, across your hardware and software environments. And of course, these are some of our customers. No? These are what our customers are saying, no? With the value of having joint hardware and software support. Of course, as they reduce costs, simplify the support process, no? They can resolve issues swiftly with proactive and automated support creation. Okay? So I'd like to end my presentation with a message that uh, uh, we take advantage of modern infrastructure. No? If a modern infrastructure is done properly, no, we can achieve a simple operation. We can have great flexibility, no? And we can create a foundation that works for IT, no, that drives the business. No? Uh, we we cover all bases, no, with modernization, no? Automation, no? Security, services, not only to enable what's necessary today, but of course to gain and retain your competitive advantage today and tomorrow. No? So these are the key enablers of our infrastructure solutions. No? Leveraging PowerEdge and of course our uh, VMware solutions, no, in our organization. So this is my last slide. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to post it in the Q&A or chat box, or reach out to Field Data. And again, thank you, and uh, have a good day.
So congratulations to all the winners and thank you everyone for joining. If you have additional questions or inquiries, you can either reach out to your account managers or email us at sales@fielddata.com. For more information and updates, you can also follow our social media channels on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Our social media handles are One Field Data. Once again, thank you everyone, and also thanks to our friends and partners from Dell Technologies and Eaton. Have a great rest of the day. This is the end of our program.